successful in crypto, you need to understand the crypto market. So on this video, I'm gonna show you three core concepts that will help you to be a better crypto investor. So basically, what happens with most of the people, they just follow their Twitter prophet, the Twitter guy claiming, or even Discord, like this next coin is gonna explode, or this next coin, and you understand the market yourselves. This is just basically betting. So basically, you're just trying to grab some countouts, and how there's so many projects. There are thousands of crypto projects out there. So of course, lots of those Twitter prophets, they're gonna be right, because there are so many projects. Some of them they're gonna explode, and they're just going back on record and say, look, I told you that specific project were gonna explode. But the thing is, if you want yourself to develop your portfolio, to really understand, there's concepts that you need to have clear in your head. So today I'll be sharing three concepts to understand the crypto markets. And starting with market cycles. So basically, what are the market cycles? Market cycles are the movements between the ups and downs and all the phases in between. And we have this nice chart here, it's the psychology of the market cycle. And of course, this is just an infographic representation. And it's nothing that I'm sharing here is like it's set in stone, it's always gonna be like that. But this is, let's say, a broad idea that if you understand how broadly it works, then it will help you to understand the entire system by its own. So for example, here we are here, for example, when the market prices start to increase, the feelings are of hope, and then start increasing a little bit more. Then we go to optimism, we go to belief, we go to thrill, we go to euphoria, and then that's the moment like everyone's thinking it's going to win. Everyone thinks that it's gonna hit, Bitcoin's gonna hit 1 million next month. Like it's when everyone is there, everyone's hype pumped. The market's been going up. And well, that's the moment when things crash. And then we see the feelings going down to complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, and disbelief. And right now, I believe that we're at this part of the market, anger, disbelief. We're just going through some big crash. The market is trending a bit up, a bit down. We're really sideways right now. So that's the point here. It's understanding how those market cycles work, because if you're aware of all the feelings that will be out there in the market and how the cycle flows, you can maximize your investments, you can maximize your profits. Because if you see here at the peak of the euphoria, it's where most of the people, they join crypto, because it's everywhere in the news, because everyone is buying. And then it goes down here to anger part. That's mostly things start going down, and then people start believing, no, I can't believe it, I bought at the top and now it's going down, I can't believe it. And everyone again sells at the anger or at the panic part, and then the cycle repeats. So and what you gotta do, you gotta do exactly the opposite. At the moment where everyone is, let's say, at the anger and at the panic stage, that's the part where, let's say, that's where the smart money is. That's where institutional investors are. It's where early adopters. It's where the people, they are accumulating. So that's the area here that you want to see accumulation happening. Where the market is not feeling good. And if you see this graph here a bit on the top, it's the pressure area. It's the area that the point of maximum financial opportunity. Because if you join, let's say, the market during this moment, then you can profit all through the big raise up. So basically, what's wise to do during this moment, during the moment of, let's say, anger, depression, disbelief, is to be holding, because then you'll be able to start closing some positions when the price start going up, and then when people start going through the thrill, to the euphoria, going through the FOMO. So most of the big investors, they wait until the market goes to the zone of depression, and then they start accumulating, buying back again, and then with a bit of delay, a few maybe a few months. That's the thing. The period of time, it depends from each cycle. But when you see the big guys accumulating some money, and then let's say the smaller ones, they're gonna start joining the trend, and the price you start to be pushing up, and that's when some of those who joined early, they will be selling and cashing some profits out and waiting for let's say for the forward. So point to understand here, the market move in cycles. We can't precision for sure what's the length of the cycle and how much it's going to last. But if you understand all those feelings and the movement of the market cycle, it will be easier for you to understand the moment where you are and when you should take your action. And now moving to another core concept that's called the path to Altseason. And what does it mean? So basically the path to Altseason, it means where the money is moved, and again inside the cycle, the market cycles, there's this path to Altseason, because how Bitcoin is the number one cryptocurrency. So it's, let's say, it's the most trusted one, the most reliable. So before any other coins they start rising in price, Bitcoin is going to be the first one. So if you see here, phase one, it's Bitcoin. So you're always going to see the flow of money, especially the smart money, the big guys, they're going to always buy Bitcoin. It's the most secure one, it's the one that's established in the market. So, and of course, there are always going to be exceptions. This is not a 100% rule, but there are always going to be exceptions. There's going to be a random coin that's going to graze in the middle of nowhere. But this is, let's say, common knowledge that the flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causes the pricing to surge. And then at some point, like the price of Bitcoin will be raising, that it reaches to a point where it starts struggling to keep raising at the same pace, and then the money is moved to Ether or to Ethereum, because that's, let's say, the second most reliable coin. And then when people see, okay, Bitcoin already grew enough, already took a nice leg up here, or start catching some profits, and then the money will move to Ether. And then the same way, like the money's being flipped from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then the same way, like once this price starts raising up a little bit again, the money starts to move into large cap coins. And say, but what large cap coins? It depends, gotta jump to the coin market cap and check the biggest cap coins, because people are always trying to maximize their profits, So even if, let's say, you are in a winning position in Bitcoin, but if you can get even better with Ethereum or with other large cap coins, people will always try to move to, let's say, to the one that's gonna give the best of the profits. And then moving to the phase 4, that's the Altseason. So once all this money already been through, let's say, the large caps and everything already grew at the most, like all the mid caps, the low caps, all the micro caps, all the smaller coins, they're gonna pump, and all at the same time. That's the moment that let's say the large cap coins, they have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it looks like that no matter what, all coins, that's the moment as well that all meme coins, everything is just raising, everything is pumping, everything is going up. And usually as well, when you reach at the end of this moment, there's two options. Either it's a bit at the top of if you go back to the market cycle, it's at the top of the euphoria, like that's just a bunch of money jumping in and kind of everything is raising. Or sometimes the phases, they go back to each other. Sometimes there are lots of money that's moved to, let's say, to an Altseason, but there's still, the market's still warm and still going. And then like this money move back to Bitcoin, to Ethereum. So, but usually it moves like this in the cycle of Bitcoin. Still, whoever done this graph, I don't know, you found it so many, let's say, authors on the on the internet. It's hard to say who draw it, but at first the idea was that this path to Altseason was triggered by the Bitcoin halving at every 4 years, and then it reset again once Bitcoin goes to the next halving. But this is an interesting concept to be aware of, and to know, let's say, where to best place your money, knowing that usually and that's for sure, usually the big investors, they're always gonna try to go through the more secure assets. So the chances that Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the large caps, all of those, they're gonna raise in price before all the others, it's high likely. It's the and also on crashes, it works that the smaller cap coins are the ones that struggles the most, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are the ones that stay stronger, let's say. So understanding the path to Altseason and how the money flows from all of that, it's super interesting. And then as well, I just thought about, like, okay, at the end of the market cycles, at the end of the Altseason, like when the market crashes, where does all those guys they place their money? And the answer is out of crypto, because this is just a game of, like, the big investors, they have the money, they just move to, it's kind of a horse race, it's the one that's giving the best returns, or also the ones that are not losing that much, because right now we're in the middle of a bear market, like everything is going down. So, like, how can you preserve your money at the best? And when those big guys, they see that the market's not gonna keep going up, they just take the money out of risk on assets, of crypto, of stocks, and they wait for the market to go down, and they getting back again. And that's just about this, like knowing the moments to move your money, when to have some fiat money in stock, when to move it to Bitcoin, when to move it to large caps, to the small caps, and understanding when to move it the best, so you can have the best percentage of profit out of your investments. Moving to our third interesting concept, and that's the MVRVZ score. That's an on-chain metric. And just a side note to that, like, if you're interested as well in understanding crypto at the best, like understanding on-chain metrics, it's a way that you can make up your mind so much and understanding things as a whole. Because, like, on-chain metrics, like how crypto is transparent, everything's out there. And there are tools right now, like IntoTheBlock, like Glassnode, that you can just go and analyze what's happening. Like, you don't need to come here and see this video and believe me, like, if people are investing or not. Like, you can just go to the blockchain, you can go to those applications that then analyze all the blocks, and you can see by yourself, like who are the holders right now. Are people accumulating Bitcoin or not? Or, like, who is buying, who is selling? You can, with all those tools, you can see clearly, so, like, you don't, and that's my key point here, like, to not just believe on all those influencers out there, but to understand the tools and go figure out for yourself, because there's no best opinion than your own, to make up your mind, to understand how all this works, because then you're not just betting on someone else, you are going out there and understanding on-chain gives you all the information is there, blockchain is transparent, so everyone can go there and analyze and see. And well, that's a key point here. So have a look at the on-chain. And now specifically to this metric, this MVRVZ score, got this data from Glassnode. So if you want to dig deeper, understand exactly how it works, I'll leave links to all the resources, all those data that I'm sharing here today. So you can go to the links and dig a little bit deeper. So this score is calculated based on this formula here at the top. But to make it simple, it's an on-chain metric that has done fantastically at predicting the marketing bottoms in the past. And okay, it's super interesting to reinforce that things that happen in the past doesn't necessarily mean that they'll happen in the future, because if it would be that easy to predict, everyone would be rich. So this it's a game of analyzing the creditors, seeing and trying to find the best opportunities, because no one can time perfectly the market, but you can have an idea at the, let's say, best moment or best zones to be there. So this data here, what it shows at the top, it's when the red zone, it means when Bitcoin is overvaluated, or not the words, when it's kind of too expensive, you know. And if you see here, that's the moment when the price went at the peak, and then people start selling. And the green area here at the bottom, it's when Bitcoin is undervaluated, meaning that it's worth more than is what there, and that's where it worked as to claim some bottoms. And if you see here, when the price went down here to this zone, the gray line here, it's the price in USD of Bitcoin, and then the yellow line is the indicator. So once the indicator hit here, the green zone, it's when Bitcoin hit the bottom in January of 2019. And then it stayed in this zone for a while, and then it went back up again, the price raised, and then the price went down, and then it hit the green zone again. And then after it hit the green zone, the price went up to the next all-time high that happened last year. And then after that, the score here comes to today, to the right corner, like we're close to this green zone, but it didn't hit it there yet. And if you have a look on my previous video, yeah, I'm talking about the macro scenario and how things are, let's say, bad for the market right now, but there can still be worse. There's lots happening in the economy right now. High inflation rates, there are lots of impacts pushing that. Even if we can have some relief on the markets, like price can go up a little bit, but with the entire context that's happening out there in the world, things are not quite good. And you can find it like every day, and that's the thing about crypto, you can find it every day, you know, new information, everyone just saying, yeah, I just found this magical thing that Bitcoin is gonna explode, like Solana is gonna explode. You just find it like every day, this is gonna explode, or some people, this is gonna crash. So the thing is not about it's gonna crash, it's gonna explode. It's understanding concretely, you know, where you're at, like having the facts and checking all those indicators. You can have the facts and reading it by your own. So keep this in mind. And I would say that it would be highly interesting to, if this indicator keeps, let's say, proving as it's been on the past years. We are not at the bottom yet. We didn't hit the green zone. It might happen in the next few months, but this just time will tell us. So if you're interested to understand a bit more about the macro updates, I would invite you to check our latest video. And if you'd like to understand the market, have, let's say, daily updates, we have the CryptoExplorer Pro. That's our group that we have an analyst over there that's daily checking the news, daily checking the graphs of Bitcoin in all caps, and keeping our members updated on what's up with the market. So if you're out there looking for some guidance or trying to understand what's happening or wanting to have this clear view about crypto, also on the description box below, you're gonna find a link for a free trial of the membership. Or if not, just let me know what you thought about this video. I hope it could add something. And if you didn't know one of those metrics, or if you think there's a new metric out there or something that could indicate and help everyone else to be a better investor, please let me know on the comments box, and I'll make sure to analyze it as well, and maybe record a video and send it to share with everyone, so we can all enjoy and try to find the best out of this market. All right, see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and give it some likes, so I can keep producing at this nice pace and bringing more news about Web3 to you. See you next time.